I'm going to do a video on interviewing your deck. We all buy decks for all kinds of reasons. And I know I'm guilty of buying a deck and looking it over, and then I put it away. I don't really look at it again until I choose to look at it again, which could be, a while. With interviewing your deck is what you get a deck, and there is a process where you can interview the deck, and it's a very simple process. And I do it when I start revisiting the decks that I purchased. This deck here is an independent deck. It's called the Darkness of Light Tarot. Designed by Tony DeMoro. It's a beautiful deck. I saw it on a walkthrough online. It comes with a box, and it comes with a nice little carrying pouch. It doesn't come with a book, I don't think, but it's a Rider-Waite clone, so it's similar to Rider-Waite. The artwork is spectacular, and I haven't worked with it. So today I think I'm going to, well, I know I'm going to do I'm going to interview the deck. I'm not going to go through the deck, I'm just going to interview the deck, and I'll show you how I do that. When you read tarot, part of the tarot, reading a tarot deck, is you hear a lot about context and the question, how important the question is, and what the context, how important the context is. I think even if you're a new person learning the tarot, because I'm relatively new as well, the important thing is to get into good habits as soon as you can. And one of them is reading more than one card. I mean, if you want to read one card, you can certainly, if you want to do that, take a card for the day and look it up and meditate on the card for the day and everything. You could do that, if you did one card a week, you'd be, busy for the next over a year. But I don't know how much that'll get you really started. I think it's good to kind of dive in and start reading the cards as soon as you can, as quickly, as soon as you can. And even if you don't know the meaning of the cards, the established meaning of the Rider-Waite, just look at the cards and tell yourself a story. Because reading is about storytelling. And the sooner you get comfortable with that process, the better off you'll be. That's my theory. Anyways, I notice this thing is moving. It shouldn't be moving. I have this contraption set up, so it's not really the best thing. So how I interviewed the deck, I've done this before, is I just pull 3 cards, any 3 cards. It's still not shuffled, so I'm going to take 3 cards. And now I know, mostly I do know what the meanings are, but I'm not going to look at the meanings. I'm just going to look at the cards. And I mean, if you're a brand new to the tarot, you don't really have to know the meanings of the cards, because that's just a stepping off point. What you have to do is you have to be able to read the cards and tell a story. And when you have a scenic deck like this, then you have pictures to help you tell the story. So it's going to be very simple. So I'm interviewing the deck to see how well I can tell a story. So I have a woman here. She's an archer. She is a very independent woman. She's riding side saddle. Is she riding side saddle? Oh, I think that, yeah, I think she's riding a horse. She seems like she's a very independent woman. She seems, she may be a spiritual woman. I see the moon's up there. I wouldn't want to mess with her because she's got serious talent. And I think this is her father. He's very proud of her. And as much as she's doing, very independent, a very proud father, she still is lonely. She still hasn't found love. She's walking away from cups. Now, that's all I'm saying. I'm just telling a story. I'm interviewing the deck. Okay, we have a beautiful home here. It's almost like an artist's home. There's a little pear with a beautiful thing in the window. I think an artist lives here. It's an artistic home. And the artist is classically trained, like in a very, of doing nudes, of sort of, classically trained with a body, with live models. And he or she, I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman who is the artist, but again, they like beauty. Whoever is in this home loves beauty wherever they go. Their beauty is a high priority for them. Everything they do is beauty for them. This is a gorgeous deck. I mean, I'm feeling this deck is just, oh, so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. So here's a woman feeling bad over something. I don't know what. And she's remorseful or sad or depressed. I don't know why. And here she continues. She keeps trying to get over it, but she can't seem to get over it. And she's still depressed and sad. And over here, she thinks of a better time when things were better, and with her friends, naked friends. So she misses. I see this as a situation where she's feels bad, she feels depressed, and she's remembering how it used to be. I have to shuffle these cards a little. It doesn't really matter if I'm shuffling the cards. So I'm just reviewing. I'm just looking at the pictures and telling myself a story. Here are two lovers. They're very much in love. This is a man who's looking over the lovers. He's feeling a little bit jealous. And here's another woman who is out of the loop as well. So I see these two people as feeling kind of sad that they're not involved in this relationship. On the other hand, it could be, I see now that there's a like strong connection with these two guys. Maybe it used to be like this, and then something happened, and now they're separate, so they're no longer in love. So I'm developing a story from left to right. It doesn't have to be that way at all. So I'm just going through the cards and telling a story to myself. I'm not looking at anything. I don't know the meanings. I'm acting like I don't know the meanings of the cards. And here's a guy working hard. He's working on. He's a iron worker. And here's another guy who is. This guy works really hard. This guy doesn't work at all. They're brothers. And here is the moon. The moon is kind of watching over them. I think it's maybe a spirit watching over the two brothers. Maybe trying to make sense of them, maybe trying to help them, maybe trying to get them to be friends. I see this now as two brothers who have been estranged, and there's a spirit that is watching them and hoping is going to try to help them become brothers again. So here it is, and what you're doing when you're doing this, it's a tremendous, it's very fun, it's very freeing. Okay, I'm not reading for anybody, I'm not reading for myself, I'm just looking at the pictures and coming up with a story. And I seem to go left to right. So here's a man, he seems busy with something, he's doing something. He looks like he's camping and maybe collecting firewood. And the forest, it's at nighttime is kind of has a whole other. During the day, it feels one way. During the night, it's kind of mysterious. So what I see here is, and then I have another woman here. I see these two people being together, and then during the day, and then at night, it's going to be dark, and it could be scary. Will they be up for the challenge? I don't know, but they have each other to support the night time. Okay, we'll do one more. Here we have a very sinister looking picture. I know what this picture is, of course, it's the devil. So it's very, it's kind of scary. It's kind of a nightmare picture. And then we have someone who's looking through a lantern. So we have a night. I think I see a lot of night here. So we have nightmares, and we have someone who's trying to figure out what the nightmares are, what the nightmares are all about. And then it turns out that this gentleman thinks the nightmares are about a woman that he used to know. So it's about nightmares. This man, it's about his nightmares. He's trying to figure out what happened, and he's thinking it has to do with a woman that he's known in his past. So this is my deck review of this, of the Darkness of Light, right? Is that the name of this? The Darkness of Light Tarot. Do I like this deck? I love this deck. I mean, I decided now I love this deck. I hadn't done this until just now. The images are beautiful. They're subtle colors. There is the darkness and the light, the lightness of dark. The darkness of light, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of playfulness with the light. So I think this deck is going to be a wonderful deck to work with. It's intriguing. It's visually attractive. And I can tell stories with it. Beautiful. So I would advise you, when you get a deck, to give it an interview. And what that means is pulling 3 cards and telling a story with the cards. You don't have to know anything about tarot. Just you're looking at the scenes and you're coming up with a story. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.